Just one more day to go for the union budget, and commodity markets are hoping that the commodity transaction tax is not levied. For more on the expectations and the market talks, let's go across to S.K. Jindal. He's Chairman Jindal Dichem, and he joins us on a Delhi phone line. Mr. Jindal, hi, welcome to the show. I mean, of course, the markets have been opposing it, the exchanges, the associations, the traders, and the broking houses as well. But what are you hearing from the Delhi markets now?
The reports are all over the country that CTT may come. More likelihood that it will come, but none of us is happy about it because we think it is not the right time to do it, and it should not have come.
Mr. Jindal, any range that you've been hearing about? Because the last time it was introduced was 0.017. Now the range really seems to have gone up.
Yes, a little higher than that, 3 times about. But people think application of such a tax will kill the market because then spreads will be more and market will not be complete and efficient market because the day traders will move out. They will not be able to afford such a tax. Day traders are the people who give liquidity to the market, which means fine spread, which means more efficiency. So once it gets moved out, then we will see more spreads, and that will be not in the interest of the market.
Mr. Jindal, as you're also pointing out that there's a possibility of CTT coming, do you think it would come in categories as in agro, non-agro? Are you hearing something like that as well?
Yes, I've been told that it is coming on bullion side. On agro front, they will not impose. This is the apprehension that it will be only limited to non-agro products.
Mr. Jindal, final question to you. What's the chances of CTT really coming? I mean, are you saying there's a complete possibility or it's a 50-50 chance even now?
I say complete possibility, more likelihood, not 50-50.
Okay.
Or not that it will not come because rumors are so strong.
Okay.
But I am myself totally against it.
Well, that's the case with most of the market as well, Mr. Jindal. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate your time. So, yeah, CTT could be coming in. The rumors are quite strong. But, of course, the market is something that's not ready or liking it at this point. Let's get in then. Mr. Ramesh Chand as well. He's Director, National Center for Agriculture, Economics and Policy Research. And he joins us live in New Delhi. Dr. Chand, before we talk about other things, what's your own view on CTT really?
Manisha, I would prefer to comment on agriculture and budget because that's my area. So whenever you feel like, you can have my comments on this agriculture sector and budget.
All right, Dr. Chand, then let's talk about food security bill because that is something that really seems to be coming in. The market thinks that you might see a watered down version of it, while the other school of thought is that you might see it coming in complete view. What's your idea?
I feel we will be coming with this National Food Security Bill, even if we don't water it down. The implementation process is such that initially we may not be able to cover the kind of population that we intend to cover. So even if in theory it is not watered down, so in terms of distribution, it will not be sudden jump from what we are right now doing. There will be increased quantity of food grain that will be needed when we go for coverage of towards this 90% rural population, 50% urban population, priority, non-priority, all those kind of things. But I feel that when we start implementing it, it will not happen suddenly. It will take at least 4 or 5 years for this coverage to reach the intended level. So without even watering down it in theory, in concept, in terms of actual operation, you will find that it will increase gradually.
Well, absolutely. Inflation, while is a concern on its own, Dr. Chand, there have been some statements coming in from the economic survey as well. What are you picking up from that?
Inflation is a concern, but at the same time, we should recognize that when agriculture is becoming highly commercialized, prices and incentives are the main instrument, one of the main instruments for agriculture growth. And we should also not view inflation in food commodity in India in isolation of what is happening at the global level, what is happening to fertilizer price, what is happening to diesel prices, what is happening to wage rates. So, though inflation is a concern, I feel that if we suppress it too much in the case of agriculture commodities, then the recovery of growth which we have achieved in agriculture sector, it will be adversely affected. And I also feel that for this budget, it is an opportunity that while non-agriculture sector is facing this slowdown in agriculture growth, in growth, but agriculture sector is showing a recovery. So we must take advantage of that recovery and use agriculture sector to cushion this slowdown in this overall economic growth.
Dr. Chand, your point is well taken on that. Also, what do you believe that could be seen in many of these agriculture sectors like sugar or edible oil? There is talk about import duty increasing coming in for this one, even rubber for that matter. How much of an increase are you expecting across board for most of these commodities?
You see, this edible oils, the main thing for Indian agriculture is that we have now very serious imbalance. You see, 20 years back, we were meeting only 3% of our domestic consumption through import, and now it has reached dangerous level, the level which is crossed 50%. So unless we hike duty, we will not be able to protect our domestic oilseed sector. So I would like, I'm not saying that the finance minister may do it, but this is what I would like him to raise this duty at least to 25%.
All right, Dr. Chand.
On edible oil import.
Your point is well taken, Dr. Chand. Thank you so much for joining us. So that's the view coming in from Dr. Ramesh Chand ahead of the budget as his wish list. Vijay, before we go into a break, what's your top wish list when it comes to agro?
Well, Manisha, I would simply want the CTT not to come, of course, whether it's agro or non-agro. And the second, as Dr. Chand pointed out, we basically need to find our own feet and self-sufficiency in pulses and edible oils. I wish the government would lay out a roadmap, even if it does take maybe 1 5-year plan to achieve it. But going the way we are on import front, I think that's really likely to be a pressure on the current account deficit.